Welcome to Understanding Conscious Cryptids with me, Khat Hansen. I am bringing you this show in an attempt to educate you about the forgotten creatures and beings that exist alongside of us on this amazing planet that we call home. Many of these hidden beings are elusive and highly intelligent. Our ancient ancestors of North and South America knew of and understood these beings quite well. Many people are coming into contact with these elusive creatures, and they do not have any knowledge or understanding of what it is they are seeing and interacting with. This oftentimes leaves these individuals fearful and confused. It's my intention to shed some light and share knowledge through this series. I'm going to help alleviate that fear and confusion. It is time for the light to shine through the darkness. If you are interested in sharing your encounter, contact me directly at khathansen@yahoo.com, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Hi everyone, it's me, Kat. Welcome to Understanding Conscious Cryptids. Today's going to be one of those days where I just kind of ramble on for a minute because I've got some things that need to be said here. First and foremost is the fact that many people have been emailing me and letting me know that they are going out and about in the wilderness looking for cryptids, actively looking for them. And that's fine as long as you are prepared for what you might meet. And by that, I am talking about Stayama, Sasquatch, face eaters, dogmen, cat people, the big werewolfy guys, you know, things like this that you guys are understanding when I'm talking about them, but I'm not so sure too many of you have run into something that is this big and this terrifying. So I need people to do me a favor, and before you go out looking for these things, if you've never seen one, I need you to go on to YouTube and look up a movie called Primal Rage. I really need for people to watch this movie because it pretty much describes everything that I've said over the years and people have listened to and kind of taken to heart. But I want you to go there, not to watch the movie and to give them patronage, because to be quite honest with you, I'm a little bit disgusted with them. But more importantly, to see what they've done by making a Stayama with the attributes of a face eater. So when you go, you get to see something that the Northwestern Indians call Oma. And some of you have heard me speak about him. It is Stayama. And it explains to you in no uncertain terms, lets you see that these guys do use tools, they do use weapons, and they are huge. Now, most people say, oh yeah, 9 foot tall, 9.5 feet tall, couple 100 pounds. No, I am talking the weight here of a racehorse, okay? A full-blown thoroughbred racehorse. So we're talking about 1,200 pounds, anywhere between 1,000 and 1,200 pounds. Okay, if you can get that thought wrapped around that size for weight alone, then you get to understand the weight that I am talking about of a Sasquatch being. Okay? Now, the next thing that I would like for someone to do is to take a tape measure and place it 9.5 feet against a wall and mark it off. Next, I need you to take that same tape measure and measure across 3.5 feet, sometimes 4. So it's up to you. You can take it 3.5 to 4 feet across. Okay? That's the height and the width of a small, average, and I'm saying average, steama. Okay? These guys are huge. Take a basketball and imagine a hand being able to fully enclose that basketball. No problem. Okay? I know many of you are familiar with basketball players, famous ones, and the easiest way to attribute height is to picture something that is even larger than Shaquille O'Neal. Okay, we are talking much bulkier with the muscles. They are literally steel cords. The body is so dense that literally you can shoot it at close range and not have an effect. Not because they're some magical creature, not because they are able to deflect bullets, but more importantly, it's the fact that these beings were created during a time frame that we humans had not yet been created. So their bodies are much denser. Okay, and they have withheld that as they have evolved down through the ages. So you're talking about a being that is so heavy that when it walks, it literally can crush the ground underneath it. And many times people find this when they are seeing steama tracks over asphalt and cement, things like that, because literally they are crushing it. There is nothing to absorb the shock of their weight. So these guys are that big, that heavy, basically that huge. So when you meet them, you are nothing. You literally, I don't care if you're a 6'5" man, you still are small to them. Okay, that's the size of a child to them. So if you're going out to actively hunt these things, I need you to be aware of exactly what it is you're going to be coming up against. As I've said many times, when I'm out and about, I use armor-piercing bullets. Okay, I'll let that one sink in for a while. Because I know that in using these, I'm going to be the safest that I can be. So people need to be prepared. I don't want people just running out with their day pack and a couple granola bars and some water looking for these things. If you know where they are or have a suspicion where they are and you are going to actively pursue them, then I need you to be prepared. I don't want people running out there willy-nilly because, as I've said before in videos, quite frankly, it scares the crap out of me, and I don't want to be held accountable for something stupid that occurs. And yeah, I'm calling it stupid if you're going out there and you are not prepared for what you're going to find. Okay? The other issue that I'm having with people and cryptids is they find the smaller ones and then they want to bring them home. I understand that some of them are cute and cuddly looking, but they're not pets. They're conscious beings, which means that they can think and act and choose and believe. Everything that humans feel, they can feel. So you are taking something home and keeping it prisoner. And I'm referring to a couple of you out there that have caught them and will not let them go. These guys are highly intelligent, and at some point they're going to send out a distress signal. Okay, and the distress signal is not through use of machinery. It is literally through use of their minds. Okay, and when this distress signal is sent out, you're going to be flooded with things that will not leave you alone until they are set free. Okay, and these are not going to be nice things. You're going to be inundated with things from beyond this realm that are going to literally scare the hell out of you. And if they don't have an effect on you, they will go after whoever you live with or whatever you live with. So prepare to be attacked that way as well. I just need for people to kind of take a breath and seriously think before they take action. Okay, so if you're going out and about in the woods, it is a good thing to take some form of protection. It is a good thing to be prepared if you do meet some of these things. You know, and hopefully that's what we're doing here by educating you. But the biggest point that I want to make here is that you are coming up against beings that are just as intelligent as you are. And some of them have a whole heck of a lot more muscle mass than you do. Okay, so we're talking about things here that if you do what I asked and go measure this off, you're going to realize that what you're chasing after is absolutely huge. Okay, that's a Sasquatch being. We're talking dogmen. Dogmen are around 7 to 9 feet tall. Okay, they're not as wide and not as heavy, but they still outweigh you. They still can outmaneuver you. Okay, and in some instances, yes, they can outthink you. Not that I'm saying you're dumb, but I'm saying is that you're dealing with a creature, a being that lives in its own environment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So it is prepared to do what it has to do to survive. Okay? So if you're interacting with these beings, just take a breath, okay? Just take a breath, take a step back here for a moment, and ask yourself, hey, am I doing this safely? And hey, is it the most prudent way for me to do this? Because if you can say that to yourself, then you're the most comfortable that you've ever been dealing with a cryptid, then you are perfectly fine. But if you cannot say that when you deal with one of these dogman types, then my suggestion to you is not to deal with them. Because it would really, really suck to have something happen to you and no one be made aware of where you're at or who or what you're interacting with. So, that being said, I'm going to end this lesson, but I really need for people to be aware of what they're going after. And if you are going after something like this, it would not hurt you to pretty please contact me, and I can give you some things to say to them to make this encounter a lot more peaceful and a lot more easier on yourself. That being said, I want to thank everyone, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the bell. If you know anyone who would like this video, please also send this to them. I would also like to thank my patrons and all my visitors here, because I really appreciate you guys coming to learn the lessons. And if you need me, you know where to reach me. It's at the link. I'm at Khat Hansen at yahoo.com, and I'm also on Facebook if you need me. So thanks, and I will talk to you all later. Have a super great day, and goodbye.